Please say, I want to sell my citizenship or at least leave this country. Why?
Say, this nation has put me in tribulations. Let's start from education. Education in this nation begins and ends as visions because the position of such visions are subject to decisions decided in conjunction with the provisions of a nation's constitution, which allows admission to change ambitions. So all I could rely on is a surgical knife of connections that passes for me through offices and fixes my name in a cause. I have no other option than to accept out of desperation. Having been denied admission for years and my dreams arrested, infected, frustrated, castrated, humiliated and subjected to pains caused by the penetration of erections, armed to harm me by impregnating my future with an unwanted profession. I am a graduate, an unemployed graduate, but I can't complain because the number of unemployed people in this country is higher than the country's population. Let's not go far. Let's address this issue together. I'll address you as Nigeria, asking questions. I'll love you to answer. Nigeria, your entire currency has lost value like your 5 naira notes, yet like a goat you gloat around calling yourself the giant of Africa. But your citizens are dying of starvation, crying of oppression. Fridays are strictly for burial locations, Sundays for appeals and donations to preachers who preach that salvation is denominational. Imagine the confusion. Our people have become slaves for a religion that should save. Nigeria, when will you change from wealth acquisition to good representation? When will you stop playing the drums of politics with sticks where each player plays according to his own satisfaction, not considering the suffering population? Now corruption is the guiding principle in every city. It's the connection faster and more reliable than electricity. Nigeria, when will your youth, the leaders of tomorrow, stop drinking, smoking, slaying, and fornicating? Yes, I would have forgotten that, but that's the fact. You are doing it every day like it's nothing, hitting, spitting, and screaming louder, harder, and faster like the beats of your heart beats when your heart beats in fear or frustration. It's good you're social media conscious, but if only you can Photoshop your future like you do in pictures, removing the dots in the future like you remove dots from pictures, then I won't bother you. But if you can't, then I can't sit back and watch your set back without making a counter-current attempt to counter your current sinking situation. Others parade themselves as strong men. The eye that sees today might not see tomorrow, but you've been blinded by their deceit that you are strong. Yet you can't sleep with closed eyes, can't sit out to drink ice, and instead of making gains, you are going through paying dues, depending on us dues to show you love. Claiming you can't be pierced by a bullet, but you can't even afford a bullet because you're walking around with an empty wallet in an empty pocket, picking people's pockets. So what's the point? You think everything ends at gunpoint? Remember, he who goes by the sword dies by the sword. Let's leave feminists, for most of them can't differentiate equity from equality. I slap a woman, I'm wrong to do it. I get slapped by a woman, I did wrong to deserve it. So where is the equality? And you, the man, these women are unique in character and physique. They are wonderful, admirable, amicable, adorable. They are priceless like jewels. They are angels and should be treated as such. Sir, it gets me crazy that I'm called lazy, yet I push more than 1 million barrels of sand to feed my family, yet that's not even 1% of one person's salary. One person who lives an AC house to an AC car to an AC office to sleep. This is not to condemn anybody, but say, do you know how I survive? Hunger has become a daily guest. My tears now quench my thirst. Do you know how I survive? This is not a life. My son, Nigeria is just 60 years old, 60 years of trials, learning, improving and growing. It's gradual, but it's getting better. If you leave now, what happens to the next generation? Listen, brother, like trees when moved by breeze to kiss the leaves of other trees, not minding its origin. If you could stand together to say Nigeria together forever, if you could live together in peace and harmony, then we produce a melody that will sell through nations and generations, that we stood strong to support our nation. Together, brother, let's sail this ship to the other side. Nigeria will be great again, and again we'll regain that name. Great Nigeria.